Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
Oh, it's me. Hello, everybody. We're starting on me over here at the stand-up. We're going to do a round. I didn't expect to be starting with me. I thought we might have Trace introing this. This has really caught me off guard. But now that I'm here, you're there, and I'm here.
You know, here's the tale of two halves, Chad.
Yeah.
We had Space Soldiers, ex-Space Soldiers, and AGO squaring off with Train. And it did come down to 16-6. That was the final scoreline. Space Soldiers making it look convincing, one might say.
Well, that's all right, because I'm here. We've already sussed this out. I'm over at the stand-up screen, and that's normally because I want to go through a round. So I'm going to look down the barrel. We're going to bring this round up, and I'm going to explain why I thought it was interesting. You can tweet at me if you thought it was interesting, or if I did a good job describing it. Let's make this like a social interaction type of vibe going on this evening here at ESL Pro League. So, round number 8. It's going to appear right here. As we get going, we're going to play through this round. I want to really look at the information that is being grabbed by Space Soldiers early. So we can start playing this one whenever we want. It's going to be quite a long one. It is worth noting they do have an AWP in the hand of Xantares, which is number 5. If you look here towards the minimap, number 5 is Xantares pushing high ramp. He's going to have information of box hauls continuously with this AWP. And what does that allow? That allows them to keep 4 players on the outer yard. So right now you can just see the T's are just posturing in their default, but they don't have any box hauls control. So this means that Xantares can tell his entire team they can stay towards this outer position of the map. As this unfolds, this smoke's going to land, a Molotov is going to come in, and then a flash. As we're looking at Paz right now they have information that team mid is clear. This is going to drive the push out of Ivy from Ago. And you're going to see the way that they defend this. On here, if you look at the minimap, Madra is going to actually rotate through CT spawn to back up Engine, who will be playing on the old bomb lane. While now they know team mid's clear, they can posture a little bit deeper. So here's the problem. When that mid control was taken from the likes of Paz, that means that the players having to clear it on the default have to go slowly and methodically. They can't just push in to be able to trade. You can see the push out of Ivy coming in here, and there's 2 players to deal with this, and 3 with the rotation of Xantares coming in. That's completely stifled that. And the reason that Space Soldiers are able to do this is because all of that early information from Xantares playing with the AWP in the box halls gives them information to play 4 on yard for the entirety of the round, making their life very easy, Trace.
That's absolutely correct indeed. In fact, it's time for a B-Stream update, Chad. Are you ready to rumble in this B-Stream update? It's going to be heroic.
Coming this way.
12. Hellraiser's 9 on the map of D Inferno. Also, some dudes over here.
Yeah, they're rocking on into.
Know what it is that they're doing exactly, but they are doing some sort of
the commentators.
Traveling circus act.
We are a traveling circus. I think that's one way to look at it. Another thing to note, which I'm sure that Henry will have some words on this one as well, is the usage of the Krieg and the AUG from Space Soldiers, especially the AUG. Yes. I think Train is probably one of the best maps to have the AUG on.
I absolutely agree, and I feel like they're a team as well that aren't going to as many events as other these top teams we've seen in the last like 3 or 4 lands on the circuit. So those guys don't want to try and experiment with it too much, apart from maybe 3 or 4 players. Those guys might as well see where the situation is best, what maps work, what positions work. So Train definitely works with the AUG. It looks like it's very effective.
Dust2 is more of an interesting one that we got coming up.
Yeah, I was going to say, you want to talk about experimenting. I know you're pretty familiar with that sort of territory.
Well, we like to try all the new weapons.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the fingernails.
Can you show me those nails as you put them beside my hair?
We've got a nail cam in here. Is there one on the ceiling?
Yeah, look at this one right here.
So you can't really see them that well.
Yeah, you picked the most innocuous color.
Yeah,
like, you didn't do a very good job.
No, I think he's done a good job, but I think he's gone with more like the baby pink as opposed to the flamboyant
Here's what
neon
I thought about them. I thought if you go hot pink, everyone in the world is going to see them. Yeah. But he's gone with this color that when you see them, you think he might actually just wear that.
But some people do just like to make their nails look pretty.
That's what I've done, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I've done for.
But anyway, the reason we are talking about this is for what charity, Trace?
That would be Movember, which is still going on, and that's why I've dyed my mustache. It's all about 4 different colors now.
That's ridiculous.
Anyway, head over to esl.gg/cs_mo.
Nailed it.
And get in there and get it done.
Yeah, so we got to get Anders baby-faced.
We only need another, I think it's like £4,500 to get Anders to shave his beard. And the reason that that's so exciting is because he hasn't shaved his beard in 13 years. 2005 was the last time he was clean shaven, apparently.
What were you doing in 2005?
2005, bloody hell.
I was at CPL. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, just hanging out.
That was the year I graduated high school.
Graduated, yeah.
I was still in high. I was in grade 10.
Oh, yeah.
Which means that was the year that I stayed in one school to date a girl who broke up with me 2 weeks later and dated my best friend instead.
Yeah, man.
Good year, 2005.
Yeah,
Did you get your grade 10 or?
pretty lit.
Dude, oh, yeah, good one, Trace. Good one. Yeah, you like that one on the... Yeah.
Anyway, Dust2.
What?
We're talking about Dust2?
Yeah, I didn't say anything. The only thing more dustier than that would be Matt's hair, but in fact, it is Dust2, where we're going to be seeing the majority of this gameplay go down this afternoon. I do feel like we're seeing a lot of Dust2 this evening. Also, could have made that up. You'll never know.
Well, at least once is a lot more than...
Throwing that out there.
I didn't feel like we saw Dust2 a lot in Chicago.
Yes, it seems like teams are a little more comfortable with it now and more willing to play it.
Yeah.
And especially in best of 3, he's always going to be in there, I think.
I think going into this one right here, though, with the Space Soldiers players looking on form, they really want these wins to qualify for the final, right? They are on that cusp right now. So if they can get 2 wins against Ago, that's fantastic. Whereas Ago are in last position. They're looking at, they need to fight for survival here. They're in a battle to stay out of that last position. Because you get auto-relegated, right?
Yeah,
Nobody wants to be auto-relegated.
They've lost the first map.
It's not a great start.
Dust2, more skilled affair. I'm not sure it's looking too good for him.
Probably the worst case, Ontario.
You've never even been there.
I have.
Oh, you probably have, actually. Yeah, you were there with
Multiple
Cloud9
times.
that one time. Oh, okay, cool.
Multiple
Didn't surprise me let you in that many times.
Maybe even stayed in Mississauga for about a week.
Oh, Mississauga, just by the airport. Thank God you can get out real quick.
Yeah, that's usually how I do. In and out, real quick, real fast, just like this one could be. It was
Like
rather
the burger
fair
joint, like the
over
burger
on
joint.
train on the first map. But Mayonnaise Hair and his friend, whatever the hell's going on with you, Henry, don't even know what to say about your whole life. Let's go ahead and give it to you, get into Dust2, and that's just enough from us.
Thank goodness. It's probably enough from all of us. But you got a little more Henry and I, whether that's by choice or not. Sorry. AGO versus X.
We got to see how it all works behind the scenes as well. We put the headsets on, how we do all that. That was cool. Anyway, we get into Dust2, and we'll see what happens here. It will be a map where we definitely favour Space Soldiers just because they're a more skilled team. Pound for pound, pretty much every player, I would say, outweighs the opposition, and it's Dust2. There's not too many strategies you can really deploy there, you can innovate with or really define yourself as a team. A lot of teams have the exact same playbook. It's just about making the right calls. As we'll get into it, it'll be round 1, and here we go then. I'm looking at the buy. There'll be 4 sets of armor. Fernand with the P250 and flashbang. You've got a smoke already deployed towards Xbox. You'll see that pretty much every single round. As they look to split A here, will be Grubby with the takedown. It's actually going to be a flurry of frags there as Space Soldiers find the bomb, 3 kills, and presumably the round. I don't see a way there's a possible comeback here, but that's a start. And maybe with this flank from Fur, it could actually fall apart here. It could be a little bit disastrous. They spotted him. PHL will get 1, but needs to be crisper on the kills, as we'll see Space Soldiers pick up the first round there. And now, with no bomb plant, we could see a force buy in the second, but it's more likely to see the full eco and the AK in the third. But some teams like to change things up. We don't know a whole lot about AGO's mentality with the economy. So they will take the full eco here. So just Glocks and not a whole lot else. Not even the P250. They've actually taken a full eco here. Player in lower B. That's going to start finding a few kills, presumably. That's Antares, but he's going to get dropped. Only good for 1. But surely Calyx can find multiple kills. They're just killing each other at this point. This is absolute nightmare, but still, they will win the round. They lost Cosmos you play. I don't really like those sort of plays when you're over against Glocks. This feels like you are going to go down. They're sure you're going to get a couple of kills. You might as well just keep everyone up.
Especially that second player that came around the corner fast. That's a headshot against the FAMAS. Yeah, you give away 2 rifles in that position, so you're right. That could have been very, very costly. We do have guns this time, though, Henry, and it's going to be for the AGO boys. And they've got an op. Nearly trying to go for that mid pick. I played this map a lot last week, but it looked kind of like Minecraft.
It looked like Minecraft.
It was on Conquer.io.
Oh, is that the new game you're venturing in?
Yeah, you saw me. I'm dope. I beat you at it.
You did.
The only game I beat yet. So Tyrus takes down Fur, and he'll hold off his position, flashes himself back out. Little papoo to make sure that they couldn't hear the bounce of the flash. Clever all the way through. Just barely got the gun switched out in time. Groovy killed his teammate, but he still gets the shot. Meanwhile, Caper's been heading over toward the north with the bomb.
So AGO done enough here. The AK-47s will at least have a little probe around towards short and what looks like lower B. Got to hold on to the weaponry here. And if they save the 2 AKs, they'll have a compelling chance to actually win out in the next round. But if they even lose one of them, I'd say it might not even be worth investing fully. We'll see what happens. Engine holding in T-Spawn. AGO with some early success here. Spiro that early AWP once again. Didn't find a kill this time, but he did go glass cannon. It's Caper and Furlan just holding up towards long. They don't go for a hunt. They've also got a pretty weak position. So not going to justify running out the long doors and maybe giving up some kills. Well, there we go, Matthew.
Thank you, Henry.
The first kill. It is going to be a long day today. The first round on the board for AGO. And 2 saved AKs for Space Soldiers. Like I said, they saved those weapons. They've got a decent buy here. And this is going to be indicative of who's going to win this map. If Space Soldiers can win this and reset them, I feel like this will be a landslide victory. But if AGO can actually pull this one off, get some momentum in their favor, just like that with the initial kill, they might have a serious chance here.
Well, we shall sit back and lick our lips at the prospect of it. And just get good position. I always like this position at the dumpster. It's a bit of a one and done, but you definitely, if you're patient enough, can pull the low-hanging fruit.
Yes, you definitely can.
Zontaras, oh, just destroyed. Caper looking solid, looking sharp, looking mighty fine. Major wants to go back out. Smoke's still down. He can play the wall at the corner. Might be able to just sit there. Smoke's gonna have a timer on the play, though. Used to be that on top of the barrels, just to his right, you could get right into the corner, nuzzle right up to the wall. And the textures were less obvious in terms of contrast. And you could almost get away with just your shoulder showing, and people could very easily overlook it. It's not as easy anymore. Cranny and alcove doesn't work. That's unfortunate timing from Calyx. I think we've got a 2-2 game. It's a 2-2 hockey game. In the words of Stomp and Tom Connors.
Is that like playoffs or something?
Remember, I showed you that song when we were.
You did. I might not remember the lyrics though.
Yeah,
yes, you did. Yeah, you showed me a song. Yeah, it's a 2-2 game.
Yeah, hockey game. Yeah,
2-2 hockey game. Well, Engine. He's not playing hockey. He's here for death. And, he's going to be using the AK-47. Not a very effective way though, because he does get taken down in the end. He gets 1 kill. But that's going to be AGO right back in this game now. They got battled on the first map, 16-6, but this is a decent start. They've won the previous round and now got the actual full reset after winning this one as well. You see, you can play on Space Soldiers, it's about $2,000, but they can't really force buy around that because they're going to get $2,400 next round per player, and that yields a buy. Sure, they have an AK right now. Major could drop an SMG. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think they do either. As round 5 should just be the AK and some upgraded pistols here. No armor, no new nades purchased. I think just a flashbang for Engine. That's about it. As they run across the door there, Paz will be taken down to just 10 HP. Flashbang in from Grubby though, looking for the early kill. I think his team may have called. There's a chance one of them is legs. But, oh my goodness, on Torres. He does set up for 2 kills though. It's still going to be around for AGO, but still, it was quite problematic. I say that, maybe get a bit ahead of myself. This is actually Major with the now 1 versus 1 and the bomb down. It's actually starting to fall apart. Spiro, AWP, needs to nail this shot, which he does. And it will be 3-2 still. That was the eco, very close. But Space Soldiers unable to deliver the final frag, round 6. And there is a buy there now, but still will be compromised. I don't think they have the chance of the AWP on the CT side. Calyx wanted to go for mass, goes for the AUG instead of out a helmet. But luckily there's a full array of AKs and AWP, so helmet shouldn't be a massive factor here.
Spiro just holding out in mid. He's already missed his door of opportunity as they've crossed over said door. Furlan's gotten Major. This is all right. AGO, 3 rounds and looking for a 4th with the first pick as well.
Yes, that's true.
So Major down. Engine's going to hold it. I don't mind this angle. Don't mind it. 1 big. Oh my, he doesn't either. That's pretty solid, Engine. I say that it looks good, and then all of a sudden it does not. He finds 3, and Fear goes through mid, which means he's going to actually be able to cut off for the rotation. So the bomb being planted, he won't have a good post-play position in this, but he certainly can be unorthodox. They spot him, however, going from Cat. If they ran out from CT, I dare say he was worth 2 in that position.
Well, Spiro still has a fighting chance here. AWP, he's flashed over. He's going to hit a no-scope here, almost certainly. Takes down Zontaro. He's looking for the second. He's actually done it. Great effort there. Timings do elude him somewhat. Calyx hasn't got the kit. I still think it's okay. A little bit close, but it's fine overall. He'll recover the AWP from the double doors of the B-bomb site. And there it is, Space Soldiers tying things up at 3-3. AWP to be collected. And the defuse kit as well on the HE, looks of things. So he'll throw the AWP back over. Money, though, still so desperately low for the CTs, but it's a similar position for AGO now. Another big swing round here. Whoever takes it will be forcing their opposition down to just the pistols as Dust2 continues. No one taking the lead just yet. That's how it really should be. It's not really a heavy CT or T-sided map these days. It's whatever you prefer, really.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I think that there's certainly a difference in play style that can dictate the outcome, certainly within teams as well. So Furlan holds out, as does Fur. No one really going anywhere at this point in time. Slow but steady wins the round. You thought I was going to be cliche. I still was.
I still was. Well, let's see whether AGO can break down the defenses here. Now we're going to see Paz and Zantares waiting. It's actually Zantares picking up the AWP more often than not these days for Space Soldiers. He's maybe trying to turn himself into a bit more of a hybrid, like Nico, for example. Definitely got similar mechanics to him. As the B split comes in, they show presence towards A with the smokes and flashbangs, drop players down towards spawn, then use the mid ramp to find Calix alone. The flashbang comes in, and it's very effective. He has to turn away. By the time he actually gets ready to challenge the door, he's taken down. That should actually be the round, you know. But Paz hits a very important shot that gives him a chance here. And with the bomb only just going down, I'd suggest they maybe give it a slight go here. You got 2 players in T-spawn, but smoke's down. There's another Molotov and smoke available. I don't think this is possible. You want to be Molotov in the window in about 5 seconds or so, and then you want to re-smoke the door. There's the Molotov surely. Oh, it's actually really slow.
It went a little far. It didn't spread in time. That's a way to get back in the side. Oh, my Zantares! Reads it all, misses the shot, unfortunately, to the closet, and that will eventually lead the round going away from them. Surely Major can't do it as he tries to pre-fire, dropping off. Aim not there. Zantares hits that shot at closet. Different outcome, different round, different score. It would be the same in reverse. 4-3, however, for AGO.
Oh, my goodness. Well, got very scary for a second there. Zantares hitting absolutely everything. I think it shouldn't have been that close. One Molotov. I'm not sure why they're throwing in a flashy, creative way. Just throw it out the window. No one can come through then. You've got 7 seconds. No one's coming through.
Maybe, because I was looking at the trail of it, I could have... I'm tired, so I can't say. It looked like he missed where he wanted to bounce it.
Yeah.
But you're right. There's no need for it to, like, be that crazy.
Well, if it was a genuine mistake, those do happen, of course, but still, that's a pretty easy Molotov. I don't even know how you would have messed that up. That's pretty much how it should be thrown. There you go. It will be...
Problem was, it was the guy underneath the window that threw it.
Sure.
So I think he was trying to bounce it off that... You know, there's like one cinder block that sticks out on the right.
Yes.
The very top one. I think he was trying to hit that. Could be wrong. He could have just lobbed it and thought, they're not that close. And because if they weren't, it would have been great. But they certainly were. Calix will go all the way through spawn. Grab a... Did he just hit another? That's unreal. This man is looking unbelievable. Unbelievable indeed. He's now got 3, and there's AKs aplenty. No time to win the round, but they certainly are going to bring out a bunch of weapons. In fact, I take back AK. They even get a Krieg. A Krieg for Mr. Versteeg.
Wow. It's better than nothing. We'll see whether this will be enough to get actually back in the game, though. They've actually lost quite a significant amount of rounds in a row. AGO have been good at stealing the odd map away against some big names. They took one off Na'Vi, Fnatic. That's about it, I think. They are in last place, I will say that much. But they can be decent. There's a reason they're in Pro League. It's not like they just lucked it out to get in here, but that's a decent grenade. As Zantares falls back. He's only got the deagle, but his damage has been done, to be honest. That wasn't bad at all. And now Major, with that aforementioned Krieg, will be holding up towards short. CT is pushing towards upper B. Because they've got such a underwhelming buy here, they're trying to push into the tunnels and get something in their favor. And you can see it's actually quite effective for at least picking up a rifle as Major pushes towards short. Now, this is the real play here. Will they actually anticipate Zantares in position? He normally eats those kills for breakfast. How is he still alive, though? My goodness, he gets 1.5. It's enough to buy some time, as Caper is now left in a horrible situation. Players coming from long, 2 on the site. He's got no bomb. It's just going to be picked up.
They should still win this, but that was not the Zonteras I'm used to seeing. They did jump the corner, which was kind of peculiar.
Sure.
Made it a little harder for him to hit, but man, oh man. Nonetheless, brings it back. 5-4. West Virginia, take me home.
Did you just hear one word from a song and that's it? You're off?
Didn't even hear a word. I just had like that tempo.
Okay. Right,
to be fair, I was reading on Reddit and someone put it today. I learned that the person who wrote that song had never actually been to West Virginia. And therefore
it sounded nice.
Yeah, so but he was going to use the word Massachusetts because he'd been there and it has the same timing for the song.
Yeah,
Take me home, Massachusetts. Like it would, but West Virginia sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
Yeah, and producer Matt, not my alter ego Matt, has brought up a good point, saying there's no mountains in Massachusetts. There is the old Appalachians, but they're not really mountains anymore.
I have no facts to bring to the table.
Matt, aren't the Appalachians still go through part? Is that like, does that strictly cut over to Vermont and then not touch? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, it's further toward these, so it doesn't happen.
Well, it's a shame. We'll have to find out for the next map. Yeah, we'll have to find out where exactly the mountains do reside. Anyway, it is
after the game.
Technical pause, so I guess you can talk about all the mountains you want, really. It will be Space Soldiers with 4 on the board. They haven't looked their best. No one's really stepping up. Zontaras has looked a little bit shaky there. Like we said, behind that carpet, sure, that's quite challenging for most players, like to get multiple kills there when you flash and you've got some flames in front of you. But him, you'd expect, like, he's been given, 5 seconds of looking at 3 players and he only gets 1 there. It was a little bit odd, but they still won the round. So, like you said, no harm, no foul. You just want to see him really go off. We don't get to cast him too often. And we'll see AGO with just Glocks, P250s. And now Funnerland tagged to 5 HP. Okay, I was about to say, probably not going to find much here. The player on 5 HP gets the opening kill. That's Zantaras as well, and they will commit.
Engine. 5-1. The Paz brought back out from CT. He's the man. The myth. The beast.
The beast. Well,
that was my line, actually.
Yeah, you gave it to Vince?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Wrote it for him?
On a napkin. I wrote it on a starter cap.
If you get in trouble, say this. This will save you. To be fair, that actually blew up. Like, Cold Zero has like a line of t-shirts and stuff with that on now.
Yeah, it's a good line.
Yeah.
Vince nailed it.
Do you have any t-shirts of your work on it?
No.
No one's done one?
No.
No snacks merch?
No, I should have. Just a big apple. Just sell big apples all day.
Set up with a barrel of apples.
With Snacks' face burned onto them. Still edible that way.
Yeah. Okay then. Well, escape the tag this time. Back and forth we go. Round number 11. 5-5 overall. CTs with just 1 player on the bomb side. 0 towards middle now. Zantaras is plucked out of the air by Spiro. He has looked pretty good tonight. He's got lots of flashy flicks coming in.
So we'll hold it out a little bit longer. So the fact that it's back to 5-5 and the guns are starting to dwindle away for a go, or a bit of a concern. Flash over, does pull them over, but Major just holds it down. Paz steps out as well. That was crazy.
Well, there's still a little work to do though. With Engine on the bomb site here. And we'll have the M4A4, really can't find the shots at all. And it's up to Paz now to try and recover, but he's getting dinked up. They know he's low there. They can just challenge him together. There's another player towards short, but it will be the CTs at least finding the advantage here. 3-on-1, as Ruby can't do anything. It's going to be 25 seconds after the clock. All of the terrorists wiped out, no bomb planted. And at this point, should be the eco as well, with the loss spenders slowly but surely racking up. Round 12. It's PT50s now. a Tech 9 and Zontaro's, I thought, was the opening kill, but he probably still get one here. The 5-7 in this range against unarmored opponents. Should be able to find a couple. It's not the cleanest, but still, it looks like they'll be fine in the end. There's one player there. Unfortunately, it was the AWP, but still they can pick that up and make sure they bring up the AKs as well. As his teammate trying to avoid him with the bullets.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time this game.
Yes.
Sorry, mate. I love you and all, but well, I'll deliver this letter to your mom.
7-5 smokes down, and Calyx will be the one making his way towards the B bomb site here. Another default round from AGO.
They've been playing a lot of defaults over these two maps, to be fair. Like I said on Train, they had a default. The problem was when they didn't have the man advantage, they didn't really get anything done with it. So at least on Dust2, early on at least, it seems they've been able to exploit some of the differences in the defense. But look at this. Wow, that's read well by Spiro.
He's been doing that all day. He's loving this AWP today. As it's up to Engine to pick up pieces here. Spiro doesn't go for the trade. He wants to maintain the advantage he has. Coming to the end of the first half here. Space Soldiers currently trading in a 4-on-3, but 7-5 overall. So, huge round. Still plenty of money on the CT side. They can challenge some of these retakes, but two players in B right now does not bode well. It's just Engine who's sitting on the A bomb site, and he's got trouble from all angles at this point. Drops an incendiary just to buy himself a bit of time, but look towards long. He should be taken down here. Doesn't have time. Oh my goodness, KP, you got to hit those, my friends. That's just not good enough.
Yeah, miss the sitters. You won't get him any of them. I mean, it's now bomb planted. The fact that Caper's given up long means this retake is way more likely. He controls long in this situation. It's harder to get out of CT. I don't even think it's on. It may not be even still. Smoke down on top of platform. Paz is just working out now. It doesn't have information and gets absolutely obliterated by Spiro. So, all right, fair play. They still win the round.
They absolutely do. So, yes, even with the awkward exchange, they still had a man advantage. So, could technically sacrifice one.
I always think that, and I wished Engine would have got a little more aggressive there, more so with the smoke down on platform. If you control long, you can take enough of the aggro away to let your players get out from CT. I think that's like so essential. So when they have long and don't win it, I'm sometimes a little critical of that.
Well, AGO still pick it up. Engine survives. Remember, they've got plenty of cash here. They can even bring out double AWP setup here if they wanted to. It's not a team you usually see on it. It'd probably be Zantares and maybe Major at this point. I know Paz can use it as well, but they don't really have a dedicated AWP. It's just whoever's feeding it, really. It's round 14. No one does invest in the AWP. They're going to try and get the money strong. Paz still with 4K as they drop weapons for teammates here. Spiro has had a bit of a free-for-all with the AWP. No one really challenging him at all. As for gets towards lower, just using that flashbang at the start to push back anyone who could be at that lower B box.
Down, no aggression. They won't want to go into battle blindly against what is a two-man setup in the B site. So you'd expect that trades would be favorable for the CTs. I take it back now. But we got gap in the smoke. Good entrance. Furlan swings left. Oh my, does he ever? And he'll continue on. AGO looking to go. That was not meant to. They're looking for their 7th round, Hank. Spiro's going to shut down Zontares. Sometimes I don't mean to rhyme, but it just comes out so like bluntly. It's like, well, wrap myself into that one again, didn't I?
Well, Engine will find himself stuck in T-spawn. Not really much you can do with this one. AGO actually looked like they're very competitive here on Dust2. Space Soldiers not as strong as I thought they would be. Remember, they did actually pick up the pistol as well. Engine holding in spawn. It's going to be up to Caper to find him. I don't think he'll be checking this tiny angle, but apparently he does and actually gets the frag. Good awareness. And Space Soldiers with little to no cash. You've got Paz who can buy an AWP and armor. Major can buy himself. There are going to be compromises here as we get to round number 15. But where will they sit? Paz will pick up the AWP. KP, you can see he's got the best spawn for long. Ideally, want to jump over that wall instead of going around it. There we go. Jump over. And you can get the fastest possible route to this position. He's got the AWP as well. Doesn't spot the player crossing over. So if they've got the best spawn, and you have as well, the CTs can actually get across. before you're able to get out, and that's why that's a bit of a nightmare, because the AWP would have called, oh, I think it's clear, and he ran out like that, and it all falls apart. It's still a 4-on-4. Caper gets tagged up there, but luckily he's the one that picks up the kill.
I don't know how I feel about this particular car having tinted windows in the front. That's a ticket where I live.
Yes, in some countries it is, same in UK.
It's provincial in my place, usually all of Canada. I was kind of turning it into a little meme, but what I mean is I don't know how I feel about those solid windows in it, because it's just so easy to hide behind.
Yeah, I guess that would, well, the problem was on the map before, executions were so strong on this map that you could...
I guess you need another position.
Yes.
But the problem before, too, though, is remember the flames and the little bit of smoke? It was Kerrigan that hid there one time, and no one could see him.
And
it
was a pretty bugged position.
Dude, I used to do matchmaking all the time. Like, you could tell the people that didn't watch a competitive game and had never seen someone play that.
Yeah.
Like, occasionally people would just spray it, and I'd be like, okay, you've seen it, fair play. But if someone didn't, you just sit there with the freaking USB, like, people would walk right by you.
One Molotov, and you've cleared it out. So it's not like it's a super OP position.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've noticed, because, like, obviously a lot of the other cars in the game, you can still see through positions like that. I guess truck on cash, you really can't, but it has, it's very different, because it's not strictly. All right, anyway, it's just a note. It's just something I was thinking, because obviously, as you said, they Molotov at that time to be clear, but it requires that extra little bit of thought in the execution. Paz will take out one, takes down Furlan, gets caught out by Groovy, and Calyx now finds himself in a 1-on-3. AGO could actually win this half on the T side. That's a pretty impressive half, and they will.
They absolutely will. No problem there. It will be 8-7. Space soldiers that are starting to drop off now. We've seen some shaky moments from them. They can't seem to stabilize their economy. The clutches aren't really working out for them in any stretch of the imagination. AGO actually doing a very good job in the post plants, and you can see there's some calamity. This wasn't a huge moment against the eco. The space soldiers win the pistol, and then Spiro comes to life for AWP. I think he's been a standout player for AGO. They got beat at 16-6 on train, but still, he was finding impressive rounds there. Calyx with some great deagle shots as well. You saw how effective that was. Wasn't enough to win the round, but so that probably was with the jumping Krieg. Didn't catch that first time around. And Spiro, once again, hitting absolutely everything. Lovely shots, nice fast reactions. And here are the scores right now. Spiro at the top, no surprise there with 13-9. Major is going to be on the top for Space Soldiers with 14-7. Paz not far off the pace though with 13-10. Looks like the second half is about to begin. Split right down the middle here.
Right down the middle, as Chad would say.
Exactly. What's going on here? Are we live?
I guess so.
Caper's position is...
It's a bit odd. Hold on. Who's that was still in spawn? Oh, no,
okay, they just got some, like, there's just some mad setup.
All right, cool. I thought Caper was, but I thought it was actually the player behind him that wasn't moving. So it is going to be a neat little boost. Originally dropped down. I thought it was going to be actually a cat pressure, back off at CT with more at B, but they stayed in CT to actually retake either site. This is kind of clever, but risky, because now they're running into a crossfire top side of the ramp. They do have the bomb at elevator, though. Oh, great re-entrance from Fear as well. If he now knows this. Engine's low HP. This could work.
So he wants to try and get the bomb here and maybe walk towards B. That's his best chance of winning the round. So you can see that's exactly what he's doing. You want to walk off and just suggest, I was never there, bro. I'm out. And then you want to start running. When he's past these boxes, you can probably get away with knife out and getting out of there because he knows that he's maybe got players on his back. I'd say surely now he wants to get it out, get it done. There we go. And he'll go in and plant. He knows your player's going to be towards A. But Engine at least has a plan out of this. This was more than he was worth, I would say, with the frustrating realization that it is going to be a B-side attack. Oh, Engine's got out the doors. He won't check that.
Oh, he is. He's behind the box. There. Oh, you say he won't. He's got it, and he's got the kit, even though there's lots of time either way.
I thought that was a great play.
So just to go back to the stack, because I couldn't really see it on the minimap from where the monitor I'm casting out. I could look the one right beside me. I thought what they were going to do is a fast cat, one guy stays CT so that he doesn't have to play long and lose that battle, and that the other guys go to B. Instead, they basically just put one guy fast cat who then later dropped back down and played a retake.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
It was a very interesting approach. I think the boost is designed as speedy spawn, right? Someone smokes that spawn area. I don't know, I haven't tested this. It looked like when that smoke happens, with that boost, you can like see above the smoke potentially and look towards shore.
Yep. Plus, it gives you like an off angle as they're running by.
So I'm interested to like have a look at that in full gun round and see if it actually is effective. I actually have no idea. Never seen that before on Dust2. Never seen anyone try that, but that's what it's all about. Some innovations. Maybe it will be a cool new boost that can be used, but it didn't look super effective to me. It was just like a nice idea. It's not like a game changer or anything. But either way, if you have any thoughts on it, maybe you've seen it before, maybe you've seen it deploy successfully, send me some tweets and your thoughts of it. What's so special about that? And maybe I'll read some out. Maybe. As Space Soldiers now getting ready to commit towards short. Oh, wow. Calix's Deagle is looking deadly today. So Groovy's going to try and line them up, take them down, really struggling with the taps there. But he does get 2 while blind. Not bad. Like I said, Bomb likely to go down here, considering they're getting their way up towards short. I think Bomb has gone down now. Momentarily, there it is. As we're looking for double digits for AGO, but still, this is not going to be the easiest round to pick up.
Good shot from Major. Engine's going to follow it with the Tech-9 jump shot from the boxes, and he's tagged down to 10. So Furlan trying to do what he can to get back toward the site, but Groovy instead is already getting up close and personal, running and gunning, pre-firing, quick little tapperoonie on the UMP. That's more money for Space Soldiers than anything in this round. And a bit of a reinvestment, so chance that they could break them back.
Well, it's 10-7. AGO still continuing their successful campaign here on Dust2. The retake successful once again. AWP for Major. Same story for Spiro, who's been leading the way with the sniping. Groovy heading towards long here. They'll have Caper with him, who's been up and down this evening. Major, though, using the long spawn. It's greeted by the incendiary, and he's going to flash over and maybe have another go at this one, but the smoke will dissuade him and push him back to the middle.
Still holding out as long as Groovy. Pretty essential part of the map, as we know. One thing I mean, it's, I guess, team dependent, but one thing we haven't seen as much of is early contact at A. There's been some games where it's been like very prevalent, but for the most part, people are ignoring it as part of the default now, which is a bit surprising. Which has changed the whole defensive default of A as well, to have your one car on op, and then who could swing long or cat, and then your one anchor at long, and then your Zipix who swings out of CT spawn. That's kind of all shifted as well. We're seeing a little bit of that right now.
I feel like it's really difficult. Dust2, like, it's just not played enough right now for, like, to see that they're really, like, Inferno's feel like it's been cracked almost. We've seen so many, like, developments in terms of the way the CT game is played.
Yeah, we're seeing, like, counter metas, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're seeing, like, oh, I know what breaks this because I've seen it before.
When we cast Dust2, which is quite rare these days, we're not actually getting that excited. Like, wow, look at this new innovation, this grenade that's being thrown every single round. There's none of that, really. It's all, like, actually pretty much the same since Source Dust2, really, in the way it plays. But either way, here we go. The B split, a classic Dust2 strategy, as Groovy will open things up at the CTs. Furlan scrapping in the tunnels, will at least pull one back, but it looks like Major might have his number here, but doesn't hit the AWP shots. Bomb will be planted. There's still a chance to bring this one back, but Engine stuck in the corner. He'll have to find every single headshot here. It's not a bad start, but the flashbang is way too effective. The pincer comes in, and it will be a lovely little round there for AGO once again. They are loving this. Their retake's looking decent.
Yeah, absolutely. This could be them splitting with Space Soldiers, which is significant for both teams because it leaves them both kind of in the same. It's better for AGO, truthfully, for them to get 3 points and try and get off the floor. Yeah. But for Space Soldiers, not to get these 6 points tonight is actually going to be more stifling for their chances of getting out of that relegatory position in the bottom 3. Yeah. So significant on both sides. Just want to say that I'm the man responsible for having the roof lifted off of the market.
That was all you?
It was all me.
Yeah.
I wanted there to be no skyboxes there at all. At the same time, like, my first thought was just like, let's brighten it up a bit. I say let's all enjoy it being brighter. But I kind of wanted the skyboxes going there too.
Well, sounds like you're the creator, so maybe you could just get that.
You know what? I create everything. Yeah. I told people, and I created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th, I DM'd on Dust2.
It's all come full circle, hasn't it?
It has.
Well, there we go. It's still going to be AGO looking fantastic here on the CT side. Another clean sweep. This is agonizing for Space Soldiers. They can't get anything done. We said they're the favorites coming into this one. It suits their playstyle.
(12-7). And the Plasma Pirates call a timeout.
The Plasma Pilots, the rebrand happening next week. A sneak peek for you there.
I actually own them.
Here it's Dust2 and Plasma Pirates.
Sponsored by OP Skins.
No, that's a joke.
I mean, easy skins. I got it wrong anyway.
That's a joke. I'm not mentioning the companies on here. Anyway, it is round 20. And
I'm chuffed with that.
it's a tactical time of the Space Soldiers, and they'll probably need it, as they can't really get going on their T-side at all. AGO just looks so good on their defense, working together, taking too many risks, and hitting all the shots required. As Furlan on his debut of the AWP here, this not the flashiest kills. Pretty good, though. This wasn't bad. Good positioning. Just changing his awareness between the middle area, the tunnels, and just loving it, hitting absolutely everything. As we'll have another eco, but looks of things here. Space Soldiers can definitely get armor and some deagles here, as this is cool time up, but looks of things. Technical pause. So presumably TeamSpeak server has gone down. We've got to start a new one. That's normally the case. I don't know of any other software that's ever been so unreliable as pro-level TeamSpeak servers.
Why are we on it still?
I don't know. It doesn't...
I think at events...
It's because, I'll tell you why. I do know why. It's because at the LANs, you're not able to access the internet on the gaming PCs, right? So the only ports that are open are the LAN ports, so you can host a LAN TeamSpeak server.
And I also think that, yes, okay, that makes perfect sense, but I also think that it's very minimal in terms of resource power. Whereas Discord takes up a lot more processing power than TeamSpeak as well. So,
and it doesn't operate offline at all. So
yeah, there needs to be like an internal one built, right? Like, why does ESL just not have? Or that can't be hard to put in a standard. Obviously, I say it can't be hard. You just have to have someone to do it, and that takes time and resources. So it's not like they can just do it overnight and have, you know, on the 7th day created light or whatever, let there be light. It takes some time to do that, but it seems pretty easy.
TeamSpeak's not broken. Like, it does work. It's a categorical. I've ran TeamSpeak LAN servers. Sure. I've even 6 years ago, when I was still playing LANs, I'd host up my own PC and get all the boys to join. Never had an issue. So I guess it might be more to do with like the fact that now we have to mute coaches and all that sort of thing, and like kind of bring.
You can't do that online though.
You can't even do that online. You're right.
But I mean, they can, but how do you monitor? Maybe they do. Maybe there is admins in TeamSpeak with them online. No one's ever told me that though. And my impression that coaches are just allowed to talk.
Yeah, it's not worth adminning that.
Because the thing is, like, for example, like let's say North was playing.
Yeah. I
know tomorrow they're gonna play from home because Valda told me that, just because they just got home from Chicago like we did. But I know, like, let's say they were playing on a regular basis. Or it was another night in Pro League. They'd be playing at the office.
Sure.
So even if you have them muted in TeamSpeak, the admin's not there. They just rip off the headsets and I can talk.
It's stupid to even try and admin that.
Yeah.
Or regulate it. We're just waxing lyrical about TeamSpeak right now. We don't even know that's the issue, to be honest. Kind of made that up. Just throwing those guys under the bus.
Yeah.
All the time. But you know what? They don't seem to mind. As we'll get into an eco. Looks like I said, they can get deagles and armor. And they're going for a fast mid-split. But Fur's in a perfect position. He's going to get at least the first kill. And Santaras has got some ungodly awareness. He's not going to find that. But there is players available for Space Soldiers. As you can see, Paz coming in the back. At least gets one. But still, Calyx burning down to 31 here. It's Spiro with the AWP. Has looked very good today.
That's looked very good indeed. Spiro will take out Paz. Flame's still down behind the door, and Spiro's going to try and creep back out and look for an additional kill, but it's only on Calyx. This timeout has yielded very little. That said, it was mostly technical, but given that it's online, they would have discussed it a little bit, and it's now 13-7 AGO. Chance for them to wrap up on Dust2. That would be pretty remarkable, again, for the same reasons I said. The 3 points to get them off the bottom of the table is more significant than the 3 points lost for Space Soldiers, because they'll have struggled to get out of relegation. They're not in the bottom position, so they would play for relegation at this point if it ended right now, but still significant nonetheless.
Long rush here. Everyone committed from the Space Soldiers side. They're going to be trying to book it up towards the A side. They at least got long control. It cost them around 50 HP, but overall, it's okay. As Furlan will help himself towards the B tunnels. That's not bad. That's actually a great call. The communication is looking very good there. If you've able to push B tunnels and find one player there, that means you've got information that there's at least 3 or 4 going towards long, and you can kind of gather that from the amount of flashbangs used, the presence, and the guns firing off as well, of course. That's why Furlan is trying to say, well, if they've invested that much manpower towards long, I will push up a B. If I get that kill, I can actually maybe hold the tunnels completely. And it's going to be a nice opening advantage here for AGO. Remember, Paz and Engine still wounded from that previous encounter towards the long doors, so they'll come back into a B contact play. They've left Major in the pit with the orb. This doesn't actually help them out too much. Like, this is okay. If they walked into the B, I was about to say that doesn't really make any sense. But at this point, they're going to go for a B attack, and I assume Major with the orb will go for the backstab once the bomb's planted and try and snipe them off one by one. This has been done a million times before, but it is very effective. You can time it well as a sniper and get all the way up. You're going to get to that corner. You can see Major there, ready to go. As soon as his teammates start going down, that's when he peeks from the long area. But there it is, decent pick. Major's coming in. Hopefully we'll have shooting range available for him as he commits to the corner, but the CT is still fighting back here. Where's Major? He actually got taken down, so he got nothing out of that. That's quite insane. He had that actually looking very good in that position, but still another 3-on-2 as the CTs continue to look so good on these retakes. It's up to Calyx, though, who will be taken down, and it was looking good, Matt. The long backstab, I thought, was everything. I didn't see if it made his POV, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but it was set up perfectly for him. I think he should have at least got 1 kill.
Yep.
But nothing.
Well, and the fact of the matter, that is now 2 rounds in a row. Well, more than that, but 2 rounds since our timeout in a row for AGO. That's going to put them on the cusp of victory. And do we have an issue? All right, it's just the HUD hadn't updated as we switched over. It said John Perez was dead still. I thought maybe he dropped. Anyway, that said, we get back into it as all is well. We might well see some long aggression, some quick long aggression. Flashed off the corner, Furlan won't get the shot. Smoke down, meaning he can't re-peek, and flashing through is Paz. Fully blind, he gets a little lucky, to be fair, to get as far down the wall as he did. And all it seems they want to do with this is actually clear off. Now, this smoke's going to go toward Cat. So, clear off long. They've established the map control. Smoke coming toward them. Zontares, what a flick! I will call it a flick on the AK, and that's just as good. That smoke was going to come down to try and buy them some space, but they'd already gotten Zontares into position. He clears the angle. This is a perfect execution. I can't see this round going away from them. I can see perhaps 1 kill if Major wasn't careful there, but even still, he finds the shot.
Well, Spiro once again battling with the AWP, but this time it's just to save the weapon. 4 players will confirm victory for Space Soldiers here in the round, but can he hold on to the AWP? It's not a huge deal if he doesn't. He's still got like 10 grand reserve cash, but obviously doesn't want to be throwing money away. So he can definitely buy another AWP up if he doesn't survive, but at this point, he might as well see if he can take a few players down with him. At the time, he's going to work out for him. They certainly will. Calyx goes down after doing significant damage, but they can't really justify the hunt here. If he gets another kill, that's going to be so detrimental for Space Soldiers as they hold up towards mid, and Spiro doesn't hit the shot this time. So fortunately for them, they will take him down, but here's the replay from Zontares. Lovely word. That's what we come to expect from him. That is really enigmatic mechanical skill that you can't really see from any other players. Like I said, he's actually in the same league as Nico and such when he gets going. On his good days, Zontares looks unstoppable, and I think the only reason he isn't picked up by a massive team is because his English isn't actually at the level where he could play in a team like that.
I've tried to speak with him at a few events, and you can't.
He can do like the "How are you? How's it going, man?"
Yeah,
like,
the very basics.
But it's like, yes, he could not play in a top level team, I don't think. Maybe in a couple of years, who knows? But Paz will be turning off the CT aggression here, but not very effectively. But still a 3-on-3 as Spiro caught out of position. Surely goes down here, actually gets away just in the nick of time. Going to be dropping a flashbang and booking it back towards the CT spawn area as AGO still hunt for match point here. They lose this round, they'll be on eco, so good a chance as any for Space Soldiers to get back in this one.
Trying Spiro to get the shots out. Here's going to change it away as well. In behind the car. See, this car's got no windows. That was my point, right?
Yes.
Some cars ain't got no windows. They got Macintosh and Linux instead.
Exactly.
iOS.
That's a computer joke for those at home.
Yeah, for those of you who've never seen a computer before.
Yeah.
So another round looking like it's going to Space Soldiers. This comeback could be on, Hank. They are moving now.
Yes, but the AWP has been saved and the AK as well. So they'll probably have one more bite of this with Capers. 4.5 grand he'll have. And another kill found on Terras will go down. They can't really do much to challenge this. But they are going to fall back as the bomb explodes. They can still survive in those positions they're in right now. So don't have to panic too much and jump across or anything like that. But it looks like the CT still want to challenge us a little bit further. The AWP fires in and Furlan, not really worth it, to be honest. You're the one with no money. And they've got plenty. They've won 3 rounds in a row. He just gives himself up. And the AK could have been very beneficial in this sort of round. Not sure what he's hoping to get out of that, to be honest. What, $300 and just remove a bit of cash? But either way, it's happened now. Let's move on. There will be a partial buy from AGO here. Still looking for that match point. No reason why they can't win at this round. Spirit does look very good. But he's going to have to be excellent if he can win round number 24 here.
Toward the cats. The dogs will go. Fair play to Zontaras for having his wits about him as he turned around to spot out Fear. Could have easily been a costly mistake should he have snuck up catwalk behind him. Could have killed off the whole team. That backpack, I never realized how big it was.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
Bureau going to rotate now as well as his teammates. They've come to the conclusion that B is the answer. Boost up as well for the op of the smoke could be quite interesting. Caper as well sneaking in from spawn. Now the positioning is good enough from Calyx that basically he walks into the crosshair placement no matter what. Bit unfortunate. Had the right idea. But so did Calyx. It's part of the game, man.
Yeah, they lose the AK again, but Spiro is looking likely to save the AWP. But it is going to be double digits as Spiro does find one more ensuing play up towards the long area. As now he'll try and pick up the rifle. That's going to be, I believe, Gruby. So he'll get the AK. So looking to save the weapons once again. As terrorists don't have a massive amount of cash, but they'll get $3,500 per player going into the next round. So that will balance things out. And get them looking a little bit more comfortable here as CTs start to rebuild again. So Space Soldiers, blinking an eye, they've actually got themselves back in this game. Let's see a match pause though. Tactical timeout from AGO. If you're not aware of the storyline, it's AGO who are absolutely dead last in Pro League right now. Space Soldiers mid-table, but it's AGO looking to get out of that relegation spot. Become 14th place. That's an instant relegation out of the league. Not a good place to be. To need all the points they can get, really.
Well, let's see what AGO can do, because it's significant for them now. This starts to be a bit of a worry. This is a concern. If they can't close this, they might be drinking a lot of Mountain Dew. Because they'll be in the Mountain Dew League.
I got it.
Yeah, all right. Let's check it.
If you have to explain them right after.
Makes them better.
Yeah, more effective.
Yep. Oh, that's effective. Get pinned to the floor. And not in the good way. Spiro's going to slide around the smoke as well to try and see if anyone else will get aggressive and get down behind the doors. Are the scores on the doors?
They will be. Maybe after this round, we'll see.
Is that like a Jimmy Carr show? It sounds like a kind of show he'd be in.
It's, what do you mean?
Like, you know those, Jimmy Carr?
Yes.
You know how he does like all this like with Stephen Fry, like quite interesting.
Sure. Yeah,
and...
it did like a panel show.
Yeah, is it one of those?
Sort of, yeah. It was called a show called Shooting Stars, which was a panel show, comedy show.
Gotcha.
Hosted by 2 other comedians, and it was just a joke. They always said, what are the scores on the doors? George Doors, that was his name.
Right.
And it was from a 90s panel show. So yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha. So it's from the now. Okay, so it's
like a lot of all English people will know that. But
have you heard his laugh before?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He's on every channel in the UK. If you watch any comedy shows in the UK, he's hosting all of them. So,
yeah, he's like the new Stephen Fry.
Yeah, he's in every show. But,
what's not to like though?
He's good. He was done massively with tax fraud a couple of years ago.
Okay.
People didn't like that.
Right. Panama Papers, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Groovy. Let's get away from that topic. Stays on the ramp. Tries to slide out. Smoke goes down. Caper's still waiting out by the goose position. Off of it, in fact. We'll call that the gander. position because he's now got 15 and map points for AGL.
He certainly has. It's a very successful CT half major, I have to say. They've given a few rounds away, but this was strong as ever. Escaper closing things out, and they will find the match point. So Space Soldiers can no longer get 3 points in this one. The best they can hope for is winning in overtime and getting 2, but AJ have guaranteed themselves at least 1 point. So there we go. Scooby to defend this long push, and they've actually segregated themselves, so they try to extinguish the flames along doors and actually end up losing Xantares, unable to trade it out. So that was actually the worst of both worlds there, I would say. Instead of letting one player just go and having a chance to take him down, they actually just throw him to the wolves. And what's the play here? They're going to boost up and towards long, perhaps? I'm not sure. That would be an option, I guess. But running out of time here. Need 5 rounds in a row, and they're currently 1 man down. They have got most of their utility remaining. Flashbangs coming in. They haven't got any other presence on the map apart from long here. They're going to flash through. Hope for the better. Groovy's got such a great spot. He just debated his teammate. Doesn't need to challenge anymore as they've got to play isolated towards the blue bin. That should be it, ladies and gents. Calyx and Major really can't do much about this. Just Major now. It is going to be 16-10 in favor of the Polish squad here. Major, Mac 10. Just get it over with, son. Let's get this shot on the right, shall we?
That's an order from what's higher than a major. Your lieutenant general.
Exactly, there we go. And it will be...
Trace will help me out with that one.
The confirmed victory. AGO take it. 3 points on the board. They did lose the first map, but still, better than walking away with 0 points map. They at least split the series.
They split the series, and we've got a split panel. Because half of us are on the other side of the room. They're standing beside the telestrator. It's Chad, and it's Henry. I mean... You know, Trace.
Yeah,
all the best.
No, I get it. I 100% do.
What's better than a major? What's above a major?
A Supreme Major.
Oh, I see what you did with that. And the Supreme Major is going to be in Poland. That's where AGO are from, and they won the game. Anyway, Dust2. I want to talk some theory. Let's talk some theory strike here. There's a couple of cool executes we have. We have a round here that I want to go over, and I want to talk about the CT setup and the T side round that actually played out, and why it's important to do executes like that and the rationale behind it. So we can whack that bad boy up on the screen. Before we get on in here, I always want to point let's start playing it out, and then I will point the attention to where we need it to be. So you can see very early stages that it is just this standard kind of 2-3 split. Right? That's kind of the normal thing for Dust2 that we see going on here. But what is going to happen is it's actually going to leave towards the round as it filters on. We are going to see a 4-man cheat over towards the A bomb site. Cat control will be taken by AGO, and they're going to do an execute onto that bomb site. But what I want to talk through is the execute and why it's important to do it that way. So you can see here in the mid doors, we have Xantares with the AWP. He is just holding this position, and he's going to rotate over towards that A bomb site because that's where he thinks the execute's going to come in. As this round trickles on, the reason that I want to bring this up, Trace, is because you're going to see a standard cat execute with the smokes and flashes and dropping a player into spawn. And a lot of people are probably curious, why would you drop a player into spawn and then split B if you're already going to go out those mid doors? Well, a couple of options here is... Because, as you can see now up on the minimap, normally when you play the default setup on the CT side, you have one player normally AWPing this car area, you have one player anchoring long, and then you have a player in limbo. The reason you drop a player into spawn is because that player in limbo is either going to find themselves, as you can see, it's just happened here. So if we can pause it just for a second, this drop player in spawn is meant to catch this limbo player out. The limbo player either plays in spawn or on that ramp, so he's going to push through the smoke to try and get this kill, or he's isolated from the mid to B, and this player here is Furlan in this example, can stop that rotation, or Furlan drops in, and there's always that pesky player boosted Trace on the mid to B box. He also, his job is to clear that. So now as we look, you can see that there are 3 players about to do a mid to B, and 1 player here who's about to come from upper dark. This is where Calyx on his own, at number 3 in the bomb site, we can keep playing this one out, he has 2 options. He either has to sit in the back of the bomb site and delay for as long as he can, or most likely try and push upper dark. He's going to get caught off guard here, he doesn't know which way to look, and he's going to get absolutely slammed out of this. Furlan in spawn, he should do well in this situation. He's delaying. And the problem is he should definitely be getting 1 kill in this situation.
He had the drop on that guy, 100%.
100%. Basically, this round is going to play out, and they're still going to win it. I really just wanted to highlight the, I guess, the fundamentals and the decision-making of an execute like that. So the reason you drop that player into spawn, to clear spawn, to give you an easier route for that mid to B, to deal with that limbo player I was talking about. Easy as you do it. Going to see some nice shots from Xantares here, Trace. Tell me what you think about this.
Boom. And boom.
Then he dies.
Yeah. Well, Chad, ultimately, I'm going to have to ask you about these two teams, big picture wise. Like, what can
Big
they?
picture?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, these aren't teams vying for their spot within the finals, but moreover, trying to stay alive within the Pro League.
Space Soldiers were on the cusp. I think the loss here, is definitely sending them down that barrel towards not probably making it to the Pro League. But Ago, they need that. They need to get out of this last position, right? They're currently last in Pro League. Any win that they can get to keep them out of last place, if you come bottom 3, so if you come within that second last and third last position, that's okay because you can play in relegation. You can fight for your right, not to party, but to stay in the Pro League, which can be a party. Odense is a pretty party place.
Is it, though?
It was last time.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty cold.
I was dancing with OJ.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of dancing, quite a bit of debauchery, I think one would say. However, that road to Odense is not totally set in stone yet. We haven't necessarily. Well, I think we have three teams locked
from the European region. We also have teams locked from the North American region. Down there in Australia, Oceania, things have been going on too. So teams from all over the globe are slowly getting locked on in. And you and I, it's not locked yet, but we may be locking in a bit of a road trip. It's only an hour and a half. Don't know how much of a road trip that is.
Never been a humongous fan of road trips.
We can sing. We will probably get people to kind of, oh, here we go. Here's the teams we have locked in right now. So obviously Australis, Na'Vi, Big, they're in the green. So their results for the rest of the season, it's not that they don't matter. They're only playing for seeding at this point. So right now, they're definitely going to be there in the finals. If you're a Dane, if you're going to be there in Odense in a couple of weeks' time, you get to see those big names. I'm pretty sure the likes of MIBR have locked themselves in. Renegades are very close. Hopefully we get Liquid there. All those big names, NRG, and have a bit of a banger because last time that turnout was insane, Trace. People were having to stand. There wasn't really that much seating room left. That's how many tickets we sold.
It was a larger-than-life stage. That's what I can remember.
Larger-than-life stage?
Yes. The stage itself was absolutely ginormous.
I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a cool event. I thought it was a cool part of town.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying it was just a big stage.
Yeah.
Just wild.
Yeah.
Kind of like these numbers. Big numbers here on the board from the likes of Sparrow. And
yeah, they were doing a bit of double AWPing that game, weren't they? You ever said Sparrow, you had Furlan, and they weren't afraid to take duels. We kind of prefaced this one with Space Soldier should have had more individual prowess in this, but it looked like they got dictated to, and Ago had a much stronger CT side, obviously, because didn't feel like they dropped too many rounds at all. I think another note is potentially that as we move forward as you mentioned, as we move forward for these guys, every win right now is just going to try and keep them out of that bottom 3 position, or at least that last spot. We want to keep them out of there.
I want to keep them out of there. And Chad, you know why we do have a few extra seconds, because this will be an extended break we're going into. What is it that's on your mind right now that's not Counter-Strike?
That's not Counter-Strike? Everything in my life is about Counter-Strike. Everything. Honestly, everything. I'm a shell of a human who's just stuffed full of Counter-Strike.
Stuffed and full of Counter-Strike.
But because we have the extended break, the reason is because the first game on the B stream between Hellraisers and Heroic, it did go the distance. That's the issue we're having. They went the full 30 rounds, and then there was a little bit of delay with the start of the second map. Second map has just gotten underway about 15 minutes ago, so we should be looking pretty good. If you want to head over to that B stream, live.proleague.com, check it out, click it on the left-hand side. You can find all that goodies. You can watch that, and then we'll be back. Yeah, we will be back. We're going to go to a quick break, and by quick, I mean it's going to be extended because we are waiting on these teams to come forward and get ready to square off. And our next matchup is going to be the likes of Wendigo and Hellraisers. So make sure you're here with us when we come back, because we'll be here.
How many hours do you have in CSGO, if you don't mind telling us?
6,800, I think.
Is that a lot compared to other pros, you reckon? Or?
No, I think it's like what the average have. I think I'm simplest, the one with the most. There's like 10k. Unless you put Zeus, but he's idling like 50% of it, so I don't know.
I don't know, it's a hard question. Like 7k, I think?
7k?
Yeah, I think 7k and a half. I don't know.
And how about in the last 2 weeks as well?
Last 2 weeks, 85.
I'm not sure, but I think it's 7k or 8k. I think it's 7. Yeah, I think it's 7k. 7k hours.
If I remember correctly, it's like around like 6,500. Honestly, I don't know. I'm surprised.
I think it's gonna be more
I thought it'd be more because I remember I looked at my source hours, and I think like in source I had like 5,500, something like that. So it's like I only have like 1,000 more than my source hours, and last time I played source was like 6 years ago. So
I think I have a little under 9,000 hours. Yeah.
It's quite a few hours.
I have 6,500 hours about right now. Yeah.
Would you say it's a lot compared to other pros, or kind of just average?
I think it's about average. There was a time where I was way far behind all the other pros, but I think I'm a little bit more average now.
Okay. And on for example, when you're not at tournaments, because it's a bit hard to keep up the hours, but on an average 2 weeks where you're at home or at a boot camp, how many hours do you have in the past 2 weeks on Steam?
Usually I have about 70 to 80 hours. Yeah.
I think around 7K, like a little bit over 7K, I would say.
And how many hours do you play every 2 weeks?
It depends. It depends a lot, but now I try to play a lot.
I think 8,000? Yeah, I think it's 8,000.
Yeah. I'm just about to pass the 9K mark, so 9,000, yeah.
Not bad. And did you start playing from the beta?
Yeah, all the way from beginning. When it came out, basically, I was playing CSGO.
Yeah, so I have 15,700 hours, but I would say roughly 2,000 to 3,000 of those are idle. It just, you know, when back in my matchmaking days, ESCA pugging days, I would just leave my game on, you know. I would like get off my computer, go eat or do something for a few hours, come back, you know. Sometimes I would be up playing it so late, you know, that I would just like get so tired, not even be bothered to turn my CS off, lay in bed for 8 hours, 9 hours, you know, then wake up and it'd still be on. So
I think 2,000 or 3,000 hours idling is probably more than what most casual players have just when they're actually playing. But
or like overall or past 2 weeks? Oh yeah, I have 8,143, I think.
And how many years have you been playing CSGO for?
I've been playing CSGO since it came out.
I think on record about 10,000, but I'd say probably 8.5 to 9,000.
In total, I think I'm just about to reach 9,000 to be honest. I might be 8.5 or something. I'm at least over 8. So yeah, I've been playing since the beta came out.